Hi guys and welcome back to our FIFA 19 Sunderland Road to Glory career mode. Now in the last episode we did the season review of last season where of course we did win the Premier League. We had a look at our budgets and I give it a couple of days for you guys to leave your suggestions on who to sign and who to sell and what have you. Mainly who to buy. No one really wanted to sell, which was kind of my idea as well because I kind of got from the gist of your comments and the messages I was getting on Instagram and stuff like that is I was saying that maybe just buy a couple of really big players, but then the point was made to me, which we kind of already knew, but it's definitely a valid point, and that is last season, our first squad, it was really good. That our first team, our first sort of lineup that we would go with, it was really good, which is the squad that pretty much won us the league. But when we did have times where we had the team that was a bit unfit, or fitness was down a little bit, our second string squad was nowhere near good enough. It was really off par and it was making things a little bit difficult for us. So maybe to buy maybe one or two biggish signings and then try and spread it along, so we basically just get a really big squad, because now we are going into Champions League. There's so many competitions, there's going to be a million different fitness issues throughout the season, so if we only sign maybe one or two players, we could be shooting ourselves in the foot a little bit, especially with the way that EA has been. Particularly last season, there was a couple of times where we have to have really big games, and then they decided to put two games right next to each other, which has completely done us over. So maybe to just really bulk up the squad, but with players that we're, maybe not outstanding, but of a sort of similar par to the players that we already do have. So if we do need to rely on other players or a sort of second string squad, we know it's going to be just as good, if you know what I mean. So first and foremost in this episode, of course, we do have the preseason tournament, which I never play. I simulate throughout the entire thing. But we are going to be trying to make several signings then. I've got a few ideas in my head. Also, it was noted in the last episode by one of you guys, you kindly reminded me that I had a ton of contracts to sort out, and there was easily 8 or 9 players that I had to sort out in terms of contracts, because they were all running out. So our budget is still absolutely massive, still pretty huge. We've got around 100 million to spend, give or take, with the wage budget as well. So I'm going to start off going for a striker. So of course at the minute we do have quite a few strikers, but a couple of them like Dennis and Brereton, I do like to play on the wing most of the time, or every now and then anyway. So to get one sort of marquee signing in terms of striker, that is something I'm definitely interested in. And there was one player that stuck out like a sore thumb, a player I've never used, but he does have a player face, and he looks like a really good player as well, is this man that I'm going to show you now, Joseph Martinez. He is now playing for Arsenal. He did used to play for I think maybe been Atlanta in the USA, I'm not too sure, or whoever it was. But he's currently worth 28.5, and we could get him potentially between 35 and 51, which would be a massive chunk of our budget. He's 28 years of age, he's rapid, he's pretty strong for a smallish lad as well, but he's got a cracking finish on him as well. 83 rated, like I say, it's definitely a very good signing, and he will be our highest rated striker. And I just really like the look of him, and I think he could really help us in the attacking department. So I'm going to go for him now and see what we can do. I know a lot of you guys don't like it when I approach to buy players myself. You like, or you prefer me to delegate. But when I have tried that in the past, they've always messed it up. It never really comes off, or they end up overpaying anyway. And I know that I end up overpaying with wages and stuff like that. But even so, I'm going to go for it myself, and hopefully we get him for a decent price. I'll start off with 35 million. See what they say to that. He wants 50 million. I'm not going that far. I'm definitely not going that far. I'll try 40 and see what they say to that. 40 million. Come on, mate. Take it. 47.5. Right, they're definitely playing hardball here. I'll go for 42.5. Come on, mate. Just give us That's it. Okay, he's happy with that. 42.5. It's still a massive chunk of our budget, but we definitely needed a big marquee striker. Another place in which I want to improve is I want another big centre back, maybe a cam, and then after that I'm just going to try and sprinkle another couple of little players as well with what I can. So I'm going to negotiate this contract, I think, because when I delegate, it always terrifies me that when I delegate, because half the time it comes back and they do it horribly wrong and they mess it up, or they end up offering wages that I haven't even asked them to offer. So no, I'm going to leave that. I'm going to do it myself and see what we can do. He wants a crucial squad role, which is obvious. Of course he's going to be a crucial player for us. I'll give him a 5-year contract. I'm not too sure whether he'll take it given his age. He wants 3 years. I will counter that with 4, which he should, and he has accepted. I don't want a release clause. He wants 120k, which isn't actually that bad at all, considering when it wanted us to delegate, they wanted us to offer like 180k. So I'll submit that offer, remove his bonus and might pump it up a little bit more. He hasn't, but he has signed the deal, and Joseph Martinez is going to be our first signing of this transfer window, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm really, really excited to use him. Yeah, he's on the sort of shortish side, which isn't normally my type of player, but his pace makes up for it, his finishing ability makes up for it, and like I say, he's quite strong, or relatively strong for a small lad as well. So I'm really, really excited to use him. I think that's a class signing to start us off in this season. Now, next up on the list, a lot of you guys suggested different centre-backs, big centre-backs as well, the likes of Sanchez, Laporte, Delit. I'm not too sure how you pronounce the name, but yeah, those were the quality of players that you lot were suggesting. But with these kind of players, if you look, we'd end up having to pay 50 to 80 million for half of these, which, yeah, I know we could probably just about squeeze it over the line, but then we wouldn't have room for much else, which we don't necessarily need, I suppose. But at the same time, like I say, I want to sprinkle a few, at least half-decent players amongst the squad as well, even if some of them don't even get too much game time. It's just then we can fall back on at least some half-decent players. But this is the one that stuck out for me, Dayat Upamecano, who I'm pretty sure we actually signed him last year in the FIFA 18 career mode that we did do. So we are relatively familiar with him. We know that he does have a high potential as well. I'm not too sure what his rating is right now, so it's going to be a bit of a guessing game in terms of how much they're going to want to sell him for and his wages and what have you. But it did come up after I put him on the shortlist that an offer has gone in for him from someone. I'm not too sure who it was now. It was Villarreal, and I think they offered around 24-25 million for him. So I might go in with the approach of offering around the same and seeing what happens there. Started off with 23 million. See what it says to that. Okay, so we're really close actually. 25.1 he wants. I'll just be a cheeky little shit and offer 24. See what they say to that. 24 million. Take it. Right, okay, he's taking it. 24 million for Upamecano. I'm sure he should be around 80 rated now. He's only 22 as well, but he's bulky, he's strong, he's fast as well, and it's something we don't really have too much of. I know Twansby is relatively similar in that sense, but I think Upamecano is just a bit more of a bulky shithouse at the back, and that's something we definitely need. So I'll negotiate that. He wants an important squad role, which of course we will give him. He wants 5 years, which is nice. Normally players only want to come to us for a couple of years, but that's really nice and needed. He doesn't want a release clause. It's going really swimmingly right now. Now, how much money would he want? This is the difficult one. I didn't really do my research on this, so this is going to be a bit of a guessing game here for Upamecano, sorry. Because I know he was at Leipzig and he wasn't actually on a massive wage, but he did go to Dortmund and he will have got a pretty hefty wage with that one. So it's a bit of a guessing game here. Right, I'll go for about 80k. Because I know we'll be on a lot now. I don't know how this is going to go down. Is it going to be too much? Oh, it's fair. I've probably just overpaid massively. Because I know when he was at Leipzig, he would have only been on around 20 odd K, but because he's been there for so long. But with Dortmund, he probably would be getting around 60, 70 odd K. So at least we've got it over the line. We've probably just overpaid massively again, which is relatively annoying. But still, there we go. We have Upamecano now, rated 81, only 22 years of age as well. I'm really, really happy with that. Two fantastic signings to get us started with, considering we are going into Champions League this season. So now it is literally a case of just sprinkling the squad with a little bit more quality. We still have around 30 odd K and 200k in the wage budget to spend. I did ask you guys in the last episode what I should do regarding Grujic, because obviously we did have him on loan this last season, just gone, and it was very 50-50 as to whether we should go for someone better. That some of the suggestions to replace him have been very, very good indeed. There was someone who I really liked the look of to replace Grujic, which was Kondogbia, but I think, if I remember correctly, he's worth an absolute ton now, up 43 to 63 million, which is something we just can't really spend. I wanted to get a centre-back in quickly, and I also wanted to get the striker in quickly, and that's what we've done. We also have Zakaria here, who I do really, really, really like the look of, but at the same time, then we wouldn't really have much room for anything else. But if we do go in for Grujic now, he's a lot cheaper. Granted, he's a little bit less rated than some of the others, but if you look, 12.5 million is worth. We could get him for probably around 15 to 17 million maybe, and that would be a really, really good CDM. There is someone else, though, who I want to get. I did say in the last episode that we needed a cam because Angel Gomez, who usually plays our cam, his stamina is awful, and he plays fantastic one game, and then we won't play him for a game or two because his stamina is that poor. So there is someone else who I do want to try out, and that is Mason Mount. Someone who I've never played with. He has a player face, which is fantastic. Yes, is it Champions League quality? Probably not, but he's definitely going to be on par with the likes of Gomez, and we can definitely chop and change between the two. So I'm going to try and go in for him and see what we can do there. He's worth 17.5, which is a lot, but we'll see if we can get him for any cheaper. Right, okay, so with Mason Mount, there's been a little bit of an issue. He wanted an absolutely ridiculous amount, nearing 30-odd million originally, so I've offered Akapo, and it did go down to 23 million. But even then, I thought that was a little bit too much, considering we are including Akapo as well, who's worth nearly 5 million. So they are going to go away and think about it. I did offer 18 point something in the end, so they're going to come back and we'll see what they say. So we'll skip forward a few days. We do have a couple of games to simulate. I do think, yeah, we have this game against Marseille that we need to simulate. And we win 3-0 with Mbabu getting his first goal for the club, the right back, who we did bring in on a pre-contract. That's really nice indeed. Of course, we'll get a little bit of money from the pre-season tournament as well, which will be very, very useful indeed. They have come back to us now, Mason Mount, the Mason Mount deal, and they've come back with 23.3 million. I'll probably just see if they'll accept around 20 million and Akpo as well, because I think that'll be a really, really nice addition. It's good to have a young lad like that in the squad. We'll propose the new transfer fee. Go for 20 million. See what they say. Come on, just accept it. You've got Akpo, he's an absolute legend. 21.6k, we're getting close now. Okay, right, so I will be cheeky. We'll go for 20.7. Just accept it. Just accept it. Okay, right. So that's it. That is a better offer. Mason Mount is on the cards. Again, it's another player who I've never used. Just like Joseph Martinez, never used him. I'm really excited to use him. Mason Mount, the same. So we'll go and negotiate his contract and see if we can get a decent deal with him. Okay, so we're currently on 49.5k. I will offer just a little bit more than that. We'll try 65k. How much does he want? Okay, he's happy with that. 65k. Again, I probably just well overshot it, but he didn't want any bonuses either and stuff like that. So I think that's a decent deal. So Mason Mount, 80 rated Mason Mount, only 22 years of age as well. That's a very, very good signing for me. Really, really happy with that. I'm really excited to use these players. I really am. So now let's just have a look how much money we do have left. But first of all, we do actually have an offer for Abilio Dominguez, our youth player who has been absolutely fantastic. He's got such a high rating now, considering it's only 18. They've offered 28.9k, million, Leicester, and we could easily get up to 44 million for him, but there's no point because he's going to end up being one of the best centre backs on the game. So I'm going to leave that there. I'll probably train him up a little bit more as well because he's going to be absolutely insane really soon. So we currently have around 15-ish million left in the bank. We'll have a look now because we do need a central midfielder. We're okay everywhere else, sort of the time being. So shall we go back in for Grujic? I think that would probably be the most sensible, really. Although there is another centre midfielder. This is a difficult thing now because you guys give me such brilliant suggestions. Tonali here, who we could probably get for probably around the amount we've got left. Tonali, who you guys have bigged up so much. And I have seen bits and pieces of him in real life. He's a little bit like a Pirlo. Do you know what I mean? His tackling is sort of okay, but his long pass for a 21-year-old, long pass 89, short pass 85, ball control 82, and his tackling is decent as well. His stand tackle and his slide tackle. So, could we go for him? You guys have been screaming this name at me for ages. I've never used him, but again, I do have that kind of slight loyalty to Grujic, who was with us last season and got us the Premier League, and he was absolutely excellent, to be fair. This is a really, really difficult one. He's a little bit older than Tonali, and he's only slightly higher rated. This is really, really difficult, guys. I do feel like I have some kind of loyalty to Grujic. I can see if I can try and get him anyway, Grujic, although it might be difficult considering we probably only just have the amount that he's worth, really, so we might not be able to squeeze it over the line. I can see, and I can try. I'll see if I can get Grujic in on a permanent... yeah, we'll go for it. We'll see if we can get Grujic in on a permanent deal. See what we can do there. We'll offer 14 originally. Okay, that's fine. 14.9. I'll take it. I'll take it, Klopp, mate. 14.9. That's right bang on the amount we have. And then our transfer budget will be done with. Unless a ridiculous transfer offer comes in, I don't really want to sell anyone either. We'll negotiate with Grujic now. And, of course, we will get a little bit of money from the pre-season tournament. But other than that, I don't think money is really going to come from anywhere else. He's going to be an important squad role. Grujic, give him a 5-year deal. He deserves it, to be fair. He was boss for us last year. Him and Hendo had a really, really good partnership. We don't want a release clause. He doesn't really want that much of a wage either, which is great. That's actually smaller than what he's on currently. So we'll take that. He wants 63 because I took away the bonus. Except now Grujic is now on a permanent deal. He was fantastic last season. I'm not going to moan about that. I probably would have liked to see Tonali in there as well. If we do manage to get a little bit more money somehow, I might go in for Tonali as well and just add to the strength in the middle of midfield. But there is the 4 big signings we've managed to get through in this first transfer window of Season 4. Grujic, Mount, Upamecano, and Joseph Martinez. I'm really, really happy with that. Some fantastic, fantastic suggestions from you guys. What do you think about that? Leave me the comments below and let me know what you think about that first transfer window. Although it's not over yet. Of course it's not over yet. We've got a lot of simulating to do. We'll simulate this game against Leverkusen. Let's see how we get on. And we win 3-1. Dennis, Abraham and Diaz getting amongst the goals. And now to simulate this one against Villarreal. A few new faces playing in this one. 3-0 Carrasco scoring a couple on his debut, and Diaz again getting amongst the goals, which is really, really good. We've got so many players to choose from now, which I'm really, really happy with. And we have received a big, big offer for Alphonso Davies, which I am going to reject. He did piss me off at times last season. He got a little bit frustrating and underperforming a little bit, but they have offered a massive one, 36.2 million. We could get up to 60 million for him, but he's only going to improve. He'll end up being one of the best wingers in the game eventually, one day, so there's no point. We have also got a bid for Cathal Staunton, a right back who I might just accept that 1 million because he's not really going to do much. 18 years of age, 65, but he's a little bit all over the place in terms of his stats. 65 for a right back. In fact, no, I think I might just send him out on loan. You know, I don't really like just throwing people under the bus. No, I'm going to accept it. So I'm just going to accept it. I just thought the amount of right backs we've got, we don't really need him. We are going to accept it. Aya is having a bit of a hissy fit because I'm not really playing him too much, but you know, that happens when you play for a Champions League side. So now we are going to simulate this game against Sporting. Let's get another one. It's good just to get this money raked in from the pre-season tournament. It's another 3-0 win, and it's a hat-trick for Tammy Abraham, which is really good indeed. It's good that we're not picking up any injuries as well, which is the dangerous thing about simulating games. And now we are going to simulate the final of the pre-season tournament against Athletic Bilbao, and we win 1-0, and it's Carrasco who gets it. So we've won the pre-season tournament, which is really nice. Get a little bit of money for that. Whether it's enough to really get anyone in, I'm not too sure. I highly doubt it. 8.5 million now. We're not really going to be able to do too much with that unless we try to be a bit cheeky with Tonali, who I do really like the look of, and you guys did suggest. A few players having a bit of a hissy fit, like I say, about not playing over the pre-season tournament, but we'll get over it. They'll be fine. There's going to be plenty of opportunities for players to get game time. Okay, so guys, I know you didn't expect this, but I've just looked through your comments again on some more players, and I've finally bit the bullet, and I've gone for Ethan Ampadu, purely because we've got a little bit of money left. We know that he grows into an absolute superstar, and I don't know what he's rated yet. I don't think he's grown brilliantly so far in this career mode, but they only want 5 million, and you guys have been crying out for him. So we're going to go for it. 5 million has been accepted for Ampadu. How we're going to get this sort of contract negotiation over the line, I'm not too sure. I know he's not going to be fantastically rated. It'll be quite maybe even early 70s, I would think, at the minute. But we know that he grows rapidly if we just absolutely smash him. It's another centre-back / CDM, so it's another one who we can play in the middle as well if we really needed him. And he does play in the middle quite a lot in real life anyway, when he does get an opportunity to play anyway. So let's have a look and see what we can do. I'll give him a rotation role, which is what he wants. Hopefully he's not like late 60s, which sometimes, even though a player with high potential, you know, sometimes that happens in the game. When he's at another team, they don't look after him properly. We'll offer him a 5-year deal. I'm just biting the bullet here, guys, because I've just looked throughout a lot of yours suggestions, and you always suggest him. So I am going for it, and it looks like we should be able to get this over the line. 28k. That should do. And there we go. That will be our final signing of the transfer window, I would presume, unless something massive comes in for someone. But Ethan Ampadu, he has been signed. And there he is in a Sunderland kit, rated 72, which isn't great, I know, but we just wanted to get some more cover in as well. So we have plenty of options in midfield. I know we could play as a centre-back as well, which just helps. It's great versatility. But in midfield now we have like McTominay, Hendo, Grujic, Sangari, Diaz can play there, Ampadu can play there. I can play some of the cams as central midfielders, so we just have such a well-rounded squad now to go into the season ahead. So next up we will be going into the Community Shield, and probably the only game of this episode because I have spent so much goddamn time in this transfer window. We're going to be going straight into this Community Shield against Chelsea. So the time is here now, guys. We're going to be taking on Chelsea in the Community Shield. It's time to play around with our new squad. Our bench is looking so strong as well, but we do have Cabrera in goals, Zinchenko, Upamecano. We have Dominguez and Barbu across the back. We have Hendo and Grujic in the middle. Them two reuniting for this season. We have Davies on the right, Carrasco on the left. We have Mason Mount making his debut as well as the cam. And as well making a debut is Joseph Martinez up top. Let's get into it. And here we are, guys, back at Wembley. We were only recently here when we did play in the FA Cup final against Liverpool, where of course we did get our hands on the FA Cup trophy. Also, before we get into it, guys, I just want to know, this season, would you like me to do a little bit more simulating just to progress a bit quicker? Because I know that we've won the Premier League now, and of course I'd love to be able to maintain that, but I also want to put a massive focus on the Champions League, so maybe simulating a game and maybe playing a couple as well, you know, just to make things a bit quicker. Just let me know in the comments. But here we are, and there it does say that in the pre-season tournament, Carrasco managed to get himself 3 goals, which is absolutely fantastic. I'd love to see what squad Chelsea do have this season, so we will check that out in just a minute. But of course, here is our lineup. Really strong team, and that subs bench is absolutely on fire. We've got like Morelos in there, we've got Abraham there, Dennis in there as well. So many attacking options, along with Gomez and the like as well. Who is that player for Chelsea's? Really small. It's like a child is on the pitch. I think they've got quite a lot of regens within this squad as well. Looks like they've got Edin Dzeko as well in their squad. They've got Kepa in goal, Malo, Omareu. Oh my god, I can't even say that. Omareu, Omeruo. I don't know. They've got Murillo, Tagliafico in there as well. As we already know, they have Van Ginkel, Rabiot, Pasalic, Servi, Edin Dzeko and Willian as well. Quite an odd lineup. I'm not too convinced. Oh, it is Tagliafico, I think it was, who was the small player or the short player. I'm not too sure. Or was it Servi? I'm not too sure. But anyway, this is it, guys. Me try to pronounce names. This is it. This is the kickoff for this season. Can we get it off with a bit of silverware? Can Martinez get himself a goal on his debut? We shall see. Out wide. Flick it on. Tries to get his man, and it is Carrasco. Grujic. Out wide for Davies. It's lovely stuff now, and it is Carrasco. And again, gets it in, or he tries to, and it is a corner. Very good attacking start here from the lads. We try our trademark corner, take it short. It is Mason Mount. He turns. He gets one in towards Mbabu, but it has been cleared away. Mason Mount, he turns. He tries to bend one. Took a deflection, and it is going to be a corner again. Zinchenko this time coming short for it. Get it in, son. Get it in. He does get it in, and it's been just taken away from the man in the middle there. They are breaking forward, but we do nick it off him again. Let's go, son. Let's go. Here is Davis. Go on, son. Keep going. Keep going. You're faster than him. Get it in towards the back post. Decent ball towards Martinez, but it has been cleared away. A lot of decent crossing opportunities here. We're not making the most of him. Oh, it is Edin Dzeko, though. He gets it out wide for Servi. He tries to dink it in. It has been headed, and that's easy enough for Cabrera to deal with. Seem to up the tempo a little bit now, Chelsea. Go on, Carrasco. Go on, Carrasco. He goes for himself, and it's a good save at the near post. Carrasco starting to cause a little bit of danger down that left-hand side. I'm going to try and just cross this one in normally instead of going for the short one. And it has been headed. It's still in the box, surely. What a save by Kepa. It was Grujic in there who nearly managed to put us in the lead. To throw in right by the corner flag. Here's Hendo now. Tries to dig one out, and it does find Martinez. His touch is a bit heavy, and it has been cleared away. Flick it on again. Martinez. Crack it, son. Oh, it's a good save by Kepa again. We're playing so well. We're dominating so far in this game. We'll go for the short corner this time. Zinchenko get there first. He does. Back post. There is a man on. Can he get there? He can't. Here's Mbabu. Hendo. Turn. He hits it, and it's flew wide. Shot after shot after shot so far. Oh, here's Willie now breaking forward. We know how dangerous can be. Go on up, Meccano. Well in Son. Oh, he does give it away, though. Good chance now for Pasalic. Gets it out wide. Has been struck and it's gone just wide. What an effort that was by Dzeko. An absolute rocket of an effort. And there goes the half-time whistle. And a really, really exciting game. I think we've played brilliantly. That front three up top with Martinez, Davis and Carrasco have been absolutely fantastic so far. Just a case of hitting the back of the net, which is hopefully not a theme that we're going to keep on saying like we did last season and only managing to scrape 1 and 2-0 wins. But against a team like Chelsea, I suppose, and in this competition, we just want to get the win and that's it. End of. And Barbu coming forward, help him out, get it out wide. He has like acres of space here. Davies, run at him, son. Keep going, back post. Oh, and it does take a big deflection. It's another corner. Whipped in, it's right on the keeper, that one. It has been punched away, only as far as Hendo. He does crack one from distance and it's straight back into the hands of Kepa. Come on. Here's Mount, he strikes one, it's drilled wide of goal. Playing some good football though now, Chelsea. Coming forward, get into him, come on. Rabiot, bringing it down the right side. Willian, he's offside. Easy enough to deal with. Half an hour left, I'll probably bring on a few subs now. Just get some game time in for a few players. Mount will come off. I will bring on Gomez. Abraham will get his first start or his first game of the season, and I shall also bring on Diaz, and I'm going to try and play him in the middle instead of Grujic as well. There's plenty of opportunities for other players like Morelos, who we've just signed, to get game time as well. I just think Abraham might do a bit more damage with his height in this game. Send him over the top. That's it, Carrasco. You're faster than him. That's it, son. Well played. Get it in the box. Can anyone get there? They can't. Oh, good chance now for Chelsea, though. Coming down this left-hand side with Servi and Barbu trying to catch up with him. Has been hoofed into the box there, and Cabrera a little bit risky there coming out for it. Here we go now. Turn, son. Find him. That's it. Brilliant there by Gomez. Finding Carrasco. Come inside. Get it in. He does get it towards Diaz at the back post, and it's still in the Chelsea box, but they do manage to get it away. Get it away. Well in. And there goes the full-time whistle. 0-0. Same old story. New season. Oh dear. And of course it does go straight to penalties. Let's have it. Not liking this at all. I'll take the target off. Come on, Gomez. Come on, son. Come on, son. That'll do. First one in. Come on now, Cabrera. You've got this, son. It's Eden Hazard to take. Don't know why he wasn't starting, but it is Hazard. And surely that's yours, mate. Get in. Good save. Well, I say it's a good save. It was an easy save. Carrasco to take the next one. Top left. And he does put it in the left-hand side of the goal. Now it's Rabiot to take for Chelsea. Can we make it 2 saves in a row? Come on, top right, son. Smash it top right. Get in. It's another save. It's another save. And it's Abraham this time. I'll just go for a place on the right-hand side of the goal. A beautiful, beautiful finish by Tammy Abraham. Save this Cabrera. And we are now going to be putting our hands on the Community Shield. And it's saved. Get in. 3 saves out of 3. We get our hands on the Community Shield. We don't have to do it the hard way, do we? Get in. Great start to the season. 3 penalty saves. That'll do. Sunderland fans going mad. Community Shield is ours. Get in. And here they are, the lads about to get their hands on the Community Shield. Sunderland fans going absolutely mad in the background there, and rightly so. You know, it's not the biggest competitions, but it's silverware. It's nice to get your season started, and there we go. Hendo raising it. What a lovely start to the season. Get in, boys. And that is going to be the end of the episode, guys. Hope you have enjoyed. Hope you've enjoyed the transfer window episode, and of course the Community Shield as well. In the next episode, of course, we'll be heading into the Premier League season and also looking at the draw of the Champions League. But if you have enjoyed, please smash the like button for me. It'd be massively, massively appreciated. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already to become a fully fledged member of the Sarny Army. But for now, you take care and stay jammy.